Her smile was everything. It could wash clean through the deepest canyons and draw forth the tiniest glint of light or sign of life. Her aura was life. Stunning, ever-encountering souls who touched within inches of her. Even a recluse among us could not resist her bright energy. A boundless love. At the tender age of 7, when I was curled up in my mom's lap, I craved every inch of her, to hear her giggle and rock me, saying, "Look at my baby girl," was when I felt truly the safest and happiest. Her voice made me like mush. I didn't want to be anywhere but right there, showered in her adornment, love, and attention. Then she would say, "You are mommy's perfect little lady," while patting down the pleated front of my flower-printed dress. Yeah, I was her perfect little version of her. This is This ShXt Open, a story podcast about coming into who you are while accepting the things you cannot change. This is her performance. We are nearing the end of my journey to self-truth. In this episode, you will gain an insight to a time I fought to embrace my femininity, but for the wrong reasons. I struggled, often with mental anxiety. This lady, who I called her, was all a performance. What would happen if I strip away every expectation, judgment, and unwanted influence? What would be the spark to just be me? I can't help but reflect back to the time on my mother's arms and the feelings she brought out of me. I had no idea the true cost of pretending for her. I had cashed a check and was unaware of the small print on the back. I was just trying to make my mother smile. I loved the sound of her praise, the feel of her validation and approval of my perfectly coiffed existence. I had learned to master it. I had to. She was my true motivation. I could not get enough of those praises. They were offered in smiles and hugs, and it was how I could make her happy. And I wanted nothing more. We both played our role equally well, even if in reality I would one day grow to realize it was all a performance. We both only saw what we wanted to see. I just rolled along in hopes that my mother's happiness will one day give way to my own. That's how it works, right? I hope so. I mean, I feel good about myself. Yeah. Happy. I'm 28 years old, and today is special. I'm stationed in Seoul, Korea for my military assignment. Today is my sorority's signature scholarship event. I contort, flop, and wiggle inside the contours of a poorly fitted shell, preparing to appear in public as a perfect little lady, as her. My own self-doubt consumes and tortures my thoughts. I fear that my shtick will be undermined and I will be labeled a phony. The nerves are here, as they always are, but I am hopeful that it will be all okay. I've been performing as her my whole life. I think, I hope, yeah, it should be okay. I look okay. Clothes, the hair, the way I smile, yes, the smile is everything. That's okay. That works. Okay? So let's try this walk again. No, it's not right. This time, let's stand up straighter. Okay, heel, strike, heel, strike. Oops, almost fell. Okay, let's try this again. Stare at the dot on the wall, Shay. You got this. Stand up. Better. Okay, let's heel, strike. Okay, sway. This is a little better. Okay. Oh, this is not good enough. Move. Okay, let's try this. Let's move like the other girls. Okay, Shay, you gotta be fluid, Shay. Sway your hips. Sway, shoot. Okay. Let's go back. All right, let's try this again. Keep your hands free. Yep, that's it right there. Let your arms swing in motion, like your hips. There you go. You got it. Crap. Okay, let's try this again. I am watching the clock. 6 hours ago. The hallway between my bedroom and the front dining room was a perfect place to practice my catwalk. The vanilla-colored carpet cushions the bottom of each wobbly strike of the hill. I am awkward, like a baby pigwin, with my hands flailing about in beat-bopping gait. I was a hot mess, attempting to mimic Tyra Banks in her perfect gait, gracing the world in all her beauty. I pranced down that hallway 10 times, 20, even 50, as many as it took trying to will myself to walk as smoothly and in control as a model. Perfection being my driver. Tonight, I will perform. I have to perform. I have to become the character that everyone expects. The woman, the girl, must become her. Just 4 hours to go. I am miming everything as my lips form the words that were stuck in my throat. My muscles in my face begin twitching as I try again and again to smile. I manage a gap-toothed grin with one side of my mouth frozen. The classic stale manufactured kind of smile. No soul. Hello. Hi. I'm Shayla. How are you? I'm Shay. Pleased to meet you. It was a pleasure to meet you. I also practice sitting. Sometimes the dress will get snagged on the back of the chair. Try again, swiping the dress along the back of my thigh before sitting. Better. I pretend a gentleman is standing behind me. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Remember, a lady eats in small bites. Smile, but not too hard. Be inviting. And know I'm forgetting something. A lady, perfectly mannered with near-perfect flair and dainty stature, graces across my TV, capturing my attention. Yes, become Diana Ross. Perfect lady. She moves so effortlessly and delicate. A quick look at the clock. Now, 2 hours left. My stomach churns. My heart races inside my chest, too fast and too aware of the clock inching towards the event. Couldn't tear my eyes away from the person in the mirror. Her. She looks every bit the part of a woman that turns heads and drops jaws in admiration, except the anxious timidity that hid delicately in her eyes when you look closely. Then you could see the way her eyes dart, her lips tremble, her hands clench. I focus instead on my attire. I stare at the sad, reflected image, darting eyes, dressed immaculately. My mother taught me well, and I grew to have the same affinity for well-made clothing. Not a hair out of place, face beat, dress perfect, stockings, no slacks, Fifth Avenue shoes, fresh, clear nails. My own voice saying, "See, Shay? Don't you look lovely?" My mom's voice chimes in, "Yes. Smile now. There you go. My perfect little lady." 1 hour left. I sat perfectly still on my couch, as to not wrinkle anything, and watched the remainder of the daytime movies, Lady Sings the Blues, a 1972 biographical drama starring legendary Diana Ross, who portrays her rendition of the great singer, Billie Holiday. Diana Ross was the epitome of Black female beauty. She set the bar within the Black community for poise, class, and prestige. Every Black girl and woman wanted to be Diana Ross. And this movie, along with Diana Ross's singing career, forever cemented her as a diva. Watching her, I wasn't even sure if I was breathing. Couldn't look away. She was fine, dainty, like my mother. She easily commanded the attention of anyone in her presence. Her graceful movements were mesmerizing, even breathtaking. She had a way about her. Smile, a wink, sigh, flick of her hair, and an extra tilt in her back, as if to say, I am queen. To be like her will make a performance worthy of the headlines. I so desperately and secretly wanted to impress and to show my worthiness. In Air Diana's presence, tonight, as I performed, it would be masterful. It would be perfect as her. 30 minutes. It was time to leave. The moment had arrived. No more stalling, no more hoping. This will be the performance of a lifetime. No one can know but me. I left for the event. To calm my building anxiety, I tried to focus and count each passing cherry blossom tree. At the driver's wheel, I noticed every light was green. I was fast approaching my destination. I'm not ready. Please turn red. I need more time. Okay. What do I say when a gentleman shakes my hand? What if I trip down the stairs? Is my dress okay? Oh God. It's too much skin. I can see the top of my cleavage. I feel hot. Sick, even. Maybe I should turn around, go back home. Maybe they won't notice me. What if someone calls me fake? Will they know? Okay, deep breath. Deep breath. Slow down. Remember, you practiced. Shay, you got this. I arrive exactly at 7:10 p.m. The event starts in 10 minutes. I park and turn to check my reflection for any imperfections. I am fine. I take a deep breath and leave the car. I turn the corner and freeze. The parking lot is completely full. Cars circling for the hope of space. I had to park in an adjacent parking lot much further away from the club entrance. There were so many people gracefully strolling towards the main post club. Men in their tuxedo suits, women owning their dresses. I carefully unlocked my muscles and forced my legs to move. Walk. Head up. Shay, be confident. My performance begins. A tall gentleman in a dark blue tux extends his hand near the bottom of the stairs. Extend your hand, Shay.
Right this way.
He gently grabs my hand and guides me down before passing my hand to another man. This man kisses me on the cheek, checks my ticket, and then offers to escort me directly to my table. I, a neophyte member, am seated right next to the entrance with my chair facing the open door. I feel like I'm on display for each new guest that arrives. The inside of the club is dimly lit. The decor is peppered with blue and white balloons with mood lights lining the trap ceilings and bouncing across the mirrored walls. The place is beginning to fill with people of every shape, shade, and size. The DJ booth is propped dead center and the buffet food pans lines the back walls. We reach my table. All right, Shay, here it comes. Do it like we practiced. My fraternity brother pulls out the chair. I position myself, tuck the back of my dress along the back lap, and motion downward. He effortlessly pushes the chair as I sit. Thank you. I slightly nod my head, but inside I am vibrating with excitement. Shay, you did it. Okay, focus. Two couples already seated at the table, just like we rehearsed it. I extend my hand. Hi, I'm Shay. Pleased to meet you. Shoot, forgot their names. Oh well. What do I say next? Maybe I can look at my phone and they will forget about me. The older lady in her 40s addresses me, ruining this plan. She is wearing an all-black sequin dress with a small accessory hat that is the size of a deck of cards, pinned down into her gray coiffed hair. I wonder what it would mean to look as stylish and effortlessly as she does. How much more would I have to practice? Still stuck in my head, she compliments my dress, saying, "Young lady?" I stared, blank. A beat or two, and then it was too late to reply. I vaguely hear her follow-up questions, but I'm still stuck in my head, trying to frantically search for the words to respond to her. I am overwhelmed, and a series of questions just intensifies my building anxiety. More and more people fill in through the door into the ballroom. I catch a man's eyes and he winks. I quickly look away. I feel uncomfortable, panic welling in my chest. Maybe he knows. Maybe these people know. Shoot. Calm down. You're performing masterfully. It's all in your head, Shay. Didn't you hear the lady call you beautiful? The room fills and the panic keeps rising. It feels like I am the center of attention with each passing compliment of my dress or long, unwanted gaze. Men, women just seem to direct their eyes on me as they pass my table. "Sora Potter, you look amazing." "Sis, oh, you look so beautiful tonight." "Girl, you did that." I am uncomfortable. It feels like I'm on a dissection pad in some sterile lab, out and open for all to stop by and pick or touch me with their eyes. I could feel my heart pulsating and the sweat forming under my arms. My voice catches in my throat and I couldn't say a thing. Couldn't break my muted silence. My eyes dart about like a nervous convict. The direct attention is just too much. The chance of somebody finding out is too high. So I excuse myself from the table. Then without looking back, I dart for the exit. The bouncer asks if I'm coming back. I reply yes, but I was lying. I was not coming back. Ever. I couldn't do it. I failed my performance. Again. Like I always did. There was just so much to remember, to do. I could look the part, or speak the part, or act the part, but to do all of it was too much. The staring eyes, the prying questions. Everyone could see right through me. I was an imposter, after all. It was a feeble attempt to keep everything under wraps and hidden, to be perfect. My performance as her was exhausting. I was constantly terrified of being revealed before tens, hundreds, thousands. There was no way to prevent it, no way to prepare for it. It drove my anxiety. My worst fear? Everyone that I loved, my friends, my world, will leave me once they knew. I was just trying to hold it together, be this thing, this person, this woman. But it was too foreign. So I pretended I was a supporting actress in a Broadway production. I convinced myself I could fool my audience and make them scream for an encore at curtains close. And I had tried. I had tried to learn my lines, to breathe life into this character. But it was pointless. It was like a desperate attempt to be someone other than my nature. I performed everything about my life. She was a performer. She was my performance. I was motivated to make everyone happy. Everyone but me. I wanted to be this perfect creation through her delicate and careful grooming of me, how my mother saw me. Who I was and who I tried to be were galaxies apart. I tried to mask this divide through careful mastery of acting the part, miming my life as this woman, this girl, This lady, as if I were reaching back for that time as a child, a moment that I could never relive or an expectation I could live out to be. My whole life was a performance, a stage play. This play symbolized this full connection through womanhood and my mother's expectations of it, and my willingness to play along to make my mother and others happy. Inversely stole my joy. In spite of this impossible performance, I kept trying. After every inevitable failure, I tried harder, rehearsed more, thinking maybe it would get easier. If I just believed, maybe I would finally be that perfect little lady, and then one day I would be happy too. After running from the club, I returned home. I had abruptly left the formal event and had no plans to return, ever. I'd run from the pressure to perform, the weight of it all. I had thought if I had gotten the performance right, the smile perfectly replicated, my voice light and happy, my demeanor Diana Ross, and my mother all at once. But performing for other people's happiness was a road too steep for me to climb. Having to juggle so many roles outside of me, dutiful daughter, perfect girl, commander of soldiers, leader, and now this performance as her. It's just me buckling. The welling panic was beyond manageable, and I hit the escape button. I ran into my bedroom and ripped open the closet door, started throwing all of my clothes on the floor, bolted into the bathroom and immediately began throwing away all of my makeup and products into the trash. I scrubbed at my face, rubbing it raw, till all that was left was skin underneath. I stripped off my dress, shoes, bra, throwing it all on the carpet. The sleeveless white gown lay wrinkled in a ball on the floor. Numb, I went back to the closet. Nothing was left except one outfit, hanging together. All that was there was a male suit jacket, tie, pants, and shoes. I stared at those clothes. It was as if I was finally revealed. Now that the clutter of costume garments were gone, I saw me. Is this you, Shay? I lowered myself to the floor, next to the closet, curling into a ball. Tears fell as sobs racked my body until the exhaustion gave way and I fell asleep. I clutched the red tie so tightly across my chest, like a lifeline. Finally, unmasked, undistorted, unrehearsed, I was coming into me.
The following is an excerpt from episode 8 of Crack This Shit Open.
I am on a personal journey, the one we all find ourselves on at critical points, sometimes in our lives. Often the journey is lonely, quiet, intimidating. Only you and your thoughts, alone and purposeful. This is my path towards truth. A reflection of it even would be enough to shine brightly amongst the dark crevices inside my chest, bringing light to the parts inside my heart that have long since been shadowed. I want to be awake. I want my heart to stretch until my very soul squints and focus. But it stings. There's an honest uncomfortability in owning it, seeing it, accepting it, my truth.
I now know that I no longer want to hide. It was finally time to become the role I was designed to be. Me. And I was excited to meet him. Stay tuned for the finale. Sebastian walks.
Crack This Shit Open is narrated and produced by Shay Potter. Editing on this episode from Chelsea Sutton and Shay Potter. Sound design and mix by Nathan Maughan and Zach Hahn. Music in this episode is Yesterday by Jason Donnelly, Soul by Jack Bennett, Childhood Memories Ambiance. Our theme song is by Blue Dot Session. Please check out more at our website, ShaylaDPotterMedia.com. That's ShaylaDPotterMedia.com. Crack This Shit Open is owned by Be Better Media Productions Company.